All right, everyone, it is 10:35, and as you know, we like to start on time here at Beyond the Boardroom. I'm Lindsay Lombardi, and I am with Beyond the Boardroom as well as Coastal Living Association Management and Dominion Management. I am going to be running solo on this course today. Usually, as most of you know, my partner Diane Michael with Callan Group Communication is here, but she had to jump off briefly for another meeting. And we are excited to have you all here with us today. This is our second course today, so thank you for everyone who joined for the first course. We are happy here at Beyond the Boardroom to educate board members and CAMs in an easy way that gives you the flexibility to attend courses at your desk, on the phone, wherever you happen to be in the world. And thank you so much for being part of this program with us. We started on the fourth Wednesday of each month and have already grown to now offer education and CE credits for free on the second and the fourth Wednesday. So please mark your calendars for next webinar Wednesday, which will be May 27th. And we're going to offer 2 CEs of OPP and then another CE from a new provider. And we will let you know what category that will fall under closer to that date. Keep watching your emails and be sure to save us as a safe sender so you don't miss any important education updates. Please also let all of your fellow board members and CAMs know about our program. We love to have as many attendees as possible to get the education and information out to everyone, although it's not always for board member credit. It is so good to have board members that are educated on your boards so that they know what they need to be prepared for and how things work in this wonderful world of association management. The better educated the board member is, the smoother meetings and management of the association goes. So please invite them to all attend our webinars. Today with Terra-scape, we will be having landscape lighting and safety for communities is going to be the course that we're doing today. And it is my honor to introduce to you all George Kennedy, who is the owner of Terra-scape and is a seasoned landscape professional with over 20 years of experience in the green industry. He brings a unique blend of technical experience, expertise, and business to every project, backed by a bachelor's degree in business and a comprehensive portfolio of state and industry certificates. Throughout his career, he specialized in sustainable landscape solutions, irrigation efficiency, pest management, and outdoor lighting systems. And he's widely recognized for his commitment to environmental stewardship, client satisfaction, and industry best practices. He holds, again, a handful of credentials, more than a handful. Florida Certified Horticultural Professional Certificate, Florida Green Industry Best Management Practices Certificate, Commercial Landscape Maintenance Pesticide License, Florida Certified Pest Control Operator, Florida Water Star Accredited Landscape Professional and Irrigation Professional, an NDS Professional Drainage Contractor, CAS Certified Landscape Light Installer, and an AMP Certified Landscape Light Installer. He continues to be a driving force in advancing professional standards across Florida's landscape industry, offering practical and sustainable solutions to residents, communities, commercial properties, and environmental restoration projects. And welcome, George.
Thank you, Lindsay, very much. Good morning. My name is George Kennedy. As Lindsay mentioned, I am the president of Terra-scape. Today's class is titled Landscape Lighting and Safety for Communities. This course is designed to help community managers, board members, and property decision makers better understand how professional landscape lighting can improve the overall safety, security, usability, and appearance of a community. Landscape lighting is often thought of as something decorative, and it certainly can be beautiful, but today we're going to talk about why it should also be viewed as an important part of community planning, risk reduction, and long-term property maintenance. By the end of this presentation, you should have a better understanding of how lighting improves safety and security, how lighting design affects visibility and comfort, the basic principles and techniques used in professional landscape lighting, the difference between older lighting technologies and modern LED systems, and why maintenance and replacement planning should be part of every community's annual budget. We will also leave time at the end for questions and discussion, and we will finalize everything with a 10-minute quiz that we will go through together. Okay, Before we get into the technical side, I just want you to be thinking about a simple question when you think about landscape lighting. Is it first thing that comes to mind? Is it safety, security, the look of the entrance, walkways, parking areas, or maybe it's even when residents complain that something is too dark or that there's a fixture that's out? All of these are good answers, and that is exactly why lighting matters. Lighting touches several different parts of community management at the same time. A well-designed lighting system can help people feel more comfortable walking through the property at night. It can highlight entrances, signages, trees, architectural features, and common areas. It can reduce dark spots where people may feel unsafe. It can also reduce the likelihood of trips and falls by helping residents and guests better see curbs, walkways, steps, and changes in elevation. On the other hand, poor lighting can create problems. If areas are too dark, residents may feel unsafe. If lights are too bright or poorly aimed, they can create a glare. If fixtures are old or not maintained, the property can start to look neglected. And if lighting failures are not addressed, the association may be exposed to avoidable complaints or liability concerns. Today, we're going to look at lighting from both sides, the design side and the practical management side. So there are 4 key benefits of landscape lighting. The first is security. Lighting improves visibility, and visibility is one of the easiest ways to discourage unwanted activity. A well-lit entrance, parking area, pool area, clubhouse, or walkway sends the message that the property is cared for and monitored. The second benefit is safety. This is one of the most important reasons for community lighting. Residents and visitors need to be able to safely move through the property at night. That includes sidewalks, pathways, steps, curbs, amenity areas, mail kiosks, parking areas, and entry points. The third is usability. Good lighting allows outdoor spaces to be used after dark. A clubhouse entrance, a pool deck, a patio area, a walking path, or community sign becomes more functional when properly lit. The fourth benefit is beauty. This is the part that most people notice first. Lighting can make a community look more polished, more welcoming, and more upscale. It can highlight specimen trees, architectural walls, entry monuments, palms, landscape beds, and focal points that may disappear after sunset without lighting. The important point is this. Professional landscape lighting should not just be looked at as decoration. It is a combination of security, safety, usability, and aesthetics. So now we're going to talk about the 7 landscape lighting principles. The first is cohesion. Cohesion means that lighting should feel like it belongs together. The fixtures, brightness levels, color temperature, and layout should all work as one complete system. If one area has warm, subtle lighting and another area has harsh white floodlights, it can feel disconnected. The second principle is depth. Depth is created by creating different layers of the landscape. For example, lighting a front sign, then a few understory plants and some smaller trees behind them creates a more dimensional look. Without depth, lighting can look flat. The third is focal points. Every lighting design should identify what is important. That may be a community entrance sign, a large oak tree, a palm grouping, a clubhouse, a fountain, or a walkway. Not everything needs to be lit equally. A good design helps direct the eye. The fourth principle is perspective. Lighting should be considered from the viewpoint of people using the space. What does a driver see when they are entering a community? What does a resident see from the parking lot? What does someone see from a clubhouse patio? Lighting should be designed from those real viewing angles. The next principle is balance and symmetry. This does not always mean that everything has to be perfectly even, but the lighting should feel visually balanced. For example, if one side of an entrance is brightly lit and the other side is dark, the design may feel unfinished or unintentional. The sixth principle is visual comfort. This is very important. More light is not always better. Poorly aimed fixtures can shine directly into people's eyes, windows, or vehicles. Good lighting should improve visibility without creating glare or discomfort. The seventh principle is quality and direction. This refers to as the type of fixture, the beam spread, the brightness, and where the light is aimed. Professional lighting is not just about placing lights in the ground. It is also about controlling the light, and so where it goes, when it is needed, and where it does not go when it is not wanted. A good lighting system uses all 7 of these principles together. Then next we'll talk about landscape lighting techniques. The first is path and area lighting. This is used for walkways, sidewalks, amenity areas, entries, and gathering spaces. The goal is to provide safe visibility without creating harsh glare. The second is uplighting. Uplighting is when a fixture is placed at ground level and is aimed upward. It's commonly used on trees, palms, signs, columns, and other architectural features. It creates drama and height in the environment. The third concept is called grazing. Grazing is designed to provide a steeply angled light to accentuate texture on walls and tree trunks by utilizing the irregular surface to create broken shadows and irregular patterns. Fourth technique is wall washing. Wall washing spreads light evenly across a wall or large surface. This is useful when the goal is to softly illuminate area rather than to create strong shadows. The next technique is shadowing. Shadowing uses plants or objects to cast shadows onto a wall or surface behind us. This can create a very artistic effect when it is done properly. The next is moonlighting. Moonlighting is created by placing a fixture high in a tree and aiming it downward. The goal is to mimic natural moonlight filtering through the branches. This can be very effective in common areas, courtyards, and walking paths. The seventh technique is backlighting. Backlighting provides illumination around the edges of an object, therefore emphasizing its shape and creating a nighttime mood. This technique is best used on objects with interesting shapes. And the last one is silhouetting. Silhouetting provides a lit surface that acts as a backdrop for unlit plant material or other features. The effects when using silhouetting can be very mysterious and compelling. Each of these techniques has a purpose. The best designs usually combine several techniques rather than relying on one type of fixture or one type of lighting effect. Now we will discuss the security benefits of lighting. One of the biggest benefits of lighting is improved visibility. When common areas, entrances, parking lots, and walkways are properly illuminated, residents and guests can see where they are going and when they can also see what or who is around them. Lighting can help deter crime because it reduces hiding places and makes activity more visible. While lighting alone cannot prevent every issue, it is an important layer in a broader security plan. For communities, the most important areas to review are usually entrances and exits, clubhouses and amenity areas, pool gates and access points, mailboxes and package areas, and parking areas. Sidewalks and walkways, dumpsters or service areas. Another important point is liability. If a community has poorly lit walkways, broken fixtures, or dark transition areas, these conditions may contribute to trip and fall claims or resident complaints. A good lighting plan does not have to overlight the entire property. The goal is to provide thoughtful, consistent lighting in areas where people travel, gather, and need visibility. This is where professional planning becomes important. A contractor should not only look at where lights would look nice, but they should also look at how people should move through the property and where lighting can help reduce the risk. Energy efficient lighting technologies. Lighting technology has changed significantly over the last several years. Many older systems used halogen lamps. Halogen lamps would produce a nice warm light, but it would use a lot more energy, create a lot more heat, and require a lot more maintenance. Today, most professional landscape lighting systems use LED technology. LED lighting uses less energy, lasts much longer, and gives community more options for brightness, beam spread, and color temperature. Another major improvement is the use of controls. Timers now allow systems to be turned on and off automatically. Photocells allow systems to respond to daylight. Motion sensors can be used in certain areas where lighting is only needed when someone is present. Smart controls can allow for better scheduling, zoning, and energy management. For communities, this matters because lighting is not just an installation cost, it is also an operating cost. The more efficient the system is, the better it is for pricing and long-term budget. LED lighting may have higher initial costs than some older technologies, but in most cases, it provides lower operating costs, reduced maintenance, and a longer useful life. Here's just a quick overview of the difference between halogens and LEDs. Halogens typically have a lifespan of around 2,000 hours. LEDs can have a lifespan of up to 50,000 hours, depending on the fixture, quality, and operating conditions. Halogen lights use significantly much more energy. LED lights use much less. Halogen systems require more frequent maintenance because bulbs burn out more often. LED systems generally require less maintenance, although fixtures, wiring, lenses, and connections still should be inspected. Halogen lighting usually has more limited color options. LED lighting gives you more control over color, temperature, and output. The biggest takeaway is cost over time. Halogen may seem expensive upfront in some cases, but over the life of the system, energy use and maintenance make it even more expensive. LED systems are generally a better long-term choice because they are more efficient, longer lasting, and easier to manage as part of a community maintenance plan. It's also probably a good idea to point out that it's becoming increasingly more difficult to find halogen bulbs to purchase, even if you did want to purchase them. Maintenance and replacement planning. This is one of the most important parts of the presentation. A lighting system is not something that should be installed and forgotten. Even high-quality maintenance systems need maintenance. Routine inspections should include checking for fixtures that are out, fixtures that have been knocked over or shifted, exposed wires, damaged lenses, corrosion, poor connections, plant material blocking the light, timers or controls that are not working correctly, lights that are aimed incorrectly. This is especially important in landscape areas because as plants grow, a fixture that worked perfectly when it installed may be blocked by shrubs, ornamental grasses, or ground cover later. Fixtures should also be cleaned. Dirt, mulch, hard water, grass clippings, spider webs, and debris can reduce light output. Replacement planning is also important. Communities should not wait until the entire system fails before budgeting for replacements. A better approach is to plan for scheduled replacement cycles. That might include replacing aging fixtures over time, upgrading older halogen systems to LED, replacing damaged wiring, or modernizing controls. The biggest budget mistakes that communities make is failing to allocate funds for future lighting maintenance and replacement. Lighting should be treated like irrigation, roofing, paving, pool equipment, or any other community asset. It has a useful life. It requires care, and it should be part of the annual planning process. When communities are proactive, they usually spend money more efficiently. When they wait until things fail, repairs can become urgent, more expensive, and more disruptive. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap of the takeaways for today, and then we will open it up to any questions. And following that, we will start our quiz. Professional landscape lighting provides four major benefits: safety, security, usability, and beauty. Good lighting design is based on principles like cohesion, depth, focal points, perspective, balance, visual comfort, and proper light direction. There are many lighting techniques available, including path lighting, uplighting, grazing, wall washing, shadowing, moonlighting, backlighting, and silhouetting. Lighting can help deter unwanted activity, improve nighttime visibility, reduce trip hazards, and make common areas feel safer and more inviting. LED technology is now the preferred choice for most community lighting because it uses less energy, lasts longer, and requires less maintenance than halogen. And finally, lighting systems need routine maintenance and planned replacement. They should not be ignored until fixtures fail. Now I would like to open it up for questions. And if there are any questions, just please put them in the chat.
Okay, there's one that's in the question and answer section. It says, is there a property inspection you can do to ensure lighting matches with what was originally designed, also to help with energy efficiency?
Absolutely. It is, I mean, unless it's completely been neglected for years, it would be easy for us to walk into a property, look at what's there, and get it back up to where it needs to be in relatively short order.
Okay. Do you have an example RFP for landscape lighting?
I can put one together, certainly.
Okay, so Kathleen, if you want, I'm going to share his contact information at the end and his email address. So you could email George directly for that information when he gets that put together. Anyone else? Okay, let's move to the questions. And then if anyone has any questions that they think of as we're going through the questions and answers, just type them in there and we'll answer them at the end.
Okay. What is the one key security benefit of professional landscape lighting? Lindsay, do you have the chat turned on?
It should be. Everyone's putting it in the Q&A.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. Um, Hang on, everybody. I think it's on, but are you guys able to type in the chat?
They're saying no.
Okay, try now, everybody. Let's answer in the chat now. Should be good. There you go. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Good. So the correct answer there is C. Yes, correct answer is C. Okay, question number 2. Which technology is the most energy efficient for community lighting?
Lots of C's.
And the correct answer is C. Okay, question number 3. What type of lighting is best for reducing liability on walkways? Very good. Very good. Seeing lots of B's. And the correct answer is B. Question number 4. There are how many lighting principles?
Well, this will show if we were paying attention.
Right. Very good. They were paying attention. The correct answer is B. Question number 5. Smart timers and smart controls help communities by
The cam, I can say this is necessary.
very good. And the correct answer is B, and I believe everybody got that one correct. Question number 6. How often should lighting systems be inspected?
These coming through on here.
Very good. And the correct answer is C. And question number 7. What is a recommended replacement strategy for lighting fixtures? Very good. The correct answer is B for 7. Number 8. What is a common mistake communities make with landscape lighting budgets?
Good answers here, everybody. And I can tell you, biggest problem.
And the
B.
correct answer is B, not allocating funds for replacements.
So important that they add that to their budget because otherwise it's a number at the end that they were not expecting.
Mhm. Which feature of LED lighting makes it superior to halogen? Very good. And the correct answer is C. And number 10. Why is professional maintenance important for landscape lighting?
Lots of A's coming through.
Yep. And the correct answer for number 10 is A. That
And
is all I had this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here and for your prompt responses and correct responses for paying attention.
we
If
do
anybody else
have
has any questions, please ask now.
here.